My name is Seth Lewis. I'm an assistant professor in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication. My research tends to focus on media innovation and looking at how that is involved in the process of journalism and how journalism is changing and adapting to a digital media environment. So my research tends to focus on journalism and how it is evolving and innovating in this current climate. And one of the interesting things is that a lot of people, especially parents of students, tend to think that there's no future in journalism and doing journalism or studying journalism at the university and elsewhere. And what I often tell students is that, even as newspapers and other traditional institutions may be on the wane, in some cases even going out of business, journalism itself is being reborn in a whole lot of different ways online through new kinds of startups, new types of innovations and apps, and all kinds of activities and things that are happening with regard to new technologies and ways that we can use them. And I think for many students today, the doors are wide open more than ever before, because even while there has been disruption with legacy institutions, there has been all kinds of new opportunities and things that have emerged out of the ashes, and if you will. And so what you have is that students can make their own careers and their own paths in new and exciting ways that we haven't had before. So one of the courses I teach is Journalism 1001, called Introduction to Mass Communication. It's a class that all pre-majors take who are entering our department. And even though I think sometimes people dread taking required courses, I actually think this one's a lot of fun, and I think students have a good time. We get to review the entirety of media history, industry, and controversy, which is great. And I love exploring all these facets, all the way from film and its development to the role of public relations in journalism and advertising today. So what this does is it gives us some sense for where we have been in terms of media and where we are now and where we're going in the future. Another course I teach that I quite like is Internet and Global Society. So in the class Internet and Global Society, we consider the nature of digital technology and digital cultures and how those are connected to issues of globalization and other phenomena that are playing out around the globe. Students sometimes ask me, well, why would I want to study journalism, mass communication? What would I get out of that kind of major? And I think that in many cases it's hard to answer the question, because there's so many different possibilities there's an avenue you can explore in journalism, and even there's a lot of different paths to explore within different types of journalism. There's also strategic communication, whether that's public relations, whether it's advertising. So it could be working in a corporation, it could be working for a nonprofit agency, it could be working in a newspaper, or in any number of the new digital startups that are emerging that are looking for content creators. There's never been a more interesting time to be doing media work. Even though old institutions seem to be fading and struggling in the current media environment, it's actually more interesting than ever, I think, for students, because where there has been disruption, there's also now greater opportunity than ever before. And so students entering this world, whether to pursue journalism or public relations or advertising or other aspects of media work, have incredible opportunities to really kind of make a media career that is unlike anything we've had before. There are opportunities to experiment, to be an entrepreneur, to link up with other disciplines and ideas. And what you're seeing now is that the media environment is expanding and growing, such that the kinds of activities that were used to be associated with just siloed off media institutions or professions are now happening broadly across a range of fields and among different people. So for people who work in media, it's a more exciting time than ever to actually be a part of that process.